What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of David Confused, number 17. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of D&C. Welcome back to the mass confusion. This episode is sponsored by Dove. You ever want to go and get clean in the shower with some hydrating soap and then get hungry halfway through and have to jump out of the shower and run to the pantry and get some velvety smooth dark chocolate hearts? Well, if that's ever happened to you, Dove is your company. Dove body lotion, soap, Valentine's Day chocolate. Absolutely perfect gift for Valentine's Day coming up. Get it for your significant other. Do not get it for your dog because they will die of the chocolate. If you really care about someone, you care about their skin and their hydration. You also care about their well-being. Dove anti-itch, anti-drying, body lotion, body soap, as well as the finest chocolate this side of the Mississippi. Get your significant other some Dove. Now on to episode 18. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wild ride since the last episode. All I gotta say is Diamond Dustin Poirier made your boys some money. Fight night was Saturday. It's the first time for me buying a pay-per-view fight. Didn't really work out at the beginning. I thought I was going to charge my card double, but I bit the bullet. ESPN Plus is such a fucking scam. They make you pay like $80 for the first time entry. And it's just such a racket. I got tired of fucking doing the Periscope thing. I had company over. It was a good time. It was expensive. But Diamond Dustin Poirier footed the bill. My brother Dan and I were crunching the numbers on this fight. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan, so this one hurt. But sometimes you just gotta take the points. Poirier was in a bigger weight class this time. Conor hadn't fought in a while. Conor's not hungry anymore. He has his proper 12 whiskey. Has more stuff going on in his life. Dustin wanted it more. Shout out USA. Shout out Louisiana. I told myself if he won, I would get his hot sauce, so that should be coming in the mail anytime soon. Shout out Diamond Dustin. When the fight happened and the knockout happened, I lost my shit and I was jumping up with my brothers, all fucking happy. But it was also very conflicting because I am a Conor fan, and I have been, and I've watched his rise since just about when he first started. So on one end, I was happy that I made some money. On the other hand, it was sad to see an era end. But Conor McGregor, Dustin Diamond, hell of a fight, hell of a weekend. And now things are supposedly opened up. Fresno, California in general, the fucking Count Dracula himself, Newsom, decided to, I think, open everything up. I'm still going out to different places and they're still I don't think there's any indoor dining still. But we're rolling with the punches. We're slowly getting our freedom back, hopefully inch by inch. We're not going to let the Corey virus absolutely strangle this economy. We will fucking fight back. Shout out all the small businesses. Shout out all the restaurants. We will recover. It's been a rainy day schedule, to say the least, the last week. I'm going to get into that more on Tales on the Road. But I love when it rains, and 99% of the time, if it's raining or it's about to rain, you say it to someone in the valley and they go, oh, well, we need it. Hey, you hear it's gonna rain? Oh yeah, well, we need it. Yeah, we do fucking need it. Or else we're gonna die. That's just, it's a go-to. Anyone says it. Hey, what's up? Hey, we need it. Yeah, we do. Fucking H2O. I thought about this the other day, like implementing some kind of rain catching system and drinking the water, because I saw a video where this guy was so into it. But does that mean you're just drinking acid rain? Like, is rainwater actually healthy to drink? I have to do some research on that. Random day schedule. Been grinding. Decided to treat myself with a little purchase. In about a week or two, in the mail from Costco, I will be getting a new Traeger grill. Wood pellet, temperature control, no big deal. Right in time for spring, right in time for grilling and chilling season. I'm talking freaking ribs, chicken, beef, sausages. I'll be doing some experiments, look for that on the channel. Ultimate meal prep, ultimate carnivore diet. Still taking my beef organ pills. Now I want to start implementing more beef into my diet. Just keep an eye out for that. And now on to the subject that's humming in the streets. That's got everyone all hot and bothered. Fuck Robinhood. About 6 months ago, I decided to get a Robinhood account because it is free trading in stocks. Decided to dip my toe in it, try to learn a little bit more and educate myself. Robinhood, take from the rich, give to the poor. They're a bunch of frauds. In case you're living under a rock, GameStop and certain stocks have been taken advantage of by Reddit users. The people are banding together to take down these fucking hedge fund billionaires. I want to get into some of the action, so I have a couple pennies invested, and I want justice. Robinhood shut down the buying and selling of certain securities, which meant that all you could do is actually just sell. A bunch of Wall Street guys shorted these stocks, meaning they were going to bet that they would tank, and a couple of Reddit sleuths, I guess you can call them, found that out, banded the people together and bought all the stock when they shorted it. Which, I'm not an expert on this. I kind of learned a lot as I was going through it, I'm sure, as well as a lot of other people. But it's kind of a natural phenomenon now. People are all jumping in on it, trying to screw over these Wall Street billionaires. It is funny to see them kind of squirming and all these like stock advisors kind of like talking shit on that everyday person like me. Just trying to make a buck. Just trying to make my money work for me. Fuck Robinhood. They need to be put in jail. It's unconstitutional. You should never fucking stop a stock from being bought and sold, especially in hot water like that. Everyone knows the stench that you can smell from a mile away. It's bullshit. It's unconstitutional. Throw them in jail. Speaking of which, I got some dog coin, so if you guys want to buy some of that, help me out, do it. I don't love crypto. I got kind of caught up in this. Also, football's almost over. We only have Super Bowl left, so I got to get my betting juices out somehow. Might as well be on the stock market. Trump was banned on Twitter. all these other apps and all these other companies for dialogue are starting to be shut down. I think personally Twitter should just run our lives, and I think it would be a lot better for this idea that I had the other day. I think in a true democracy, we should be able to vote if someone, should have a kid or not, because it's going to affect all of us. I'm sure if everyone thinks around their friend group or people they went to school with, there's a couple people that stick out that probably have 3 or 4 kids that you just know, like, hey, you probably shouldn't have a kid. I don't know. I mean, that's extremely, brutal and mean in some people's eyes. But you just have to look at it on paper. If you're freaking a paraplegic, I'm just kidding. Paraplegics can have kids. If you just know, if you look in the mirror and you just can't stand the person, you probably shouldn't have a kid. And those are the people I'm talking to. Credit score is terrible. In debt up to your eyelids. 400 pounds. People that can't keep their lives together. I don't really care, but just don't have a kid because that kid might shoot up a school that I'm volunteering at. Coaching some sports. But since Twitter decided that they're going to pretty much run society, I had a good idea. These 2 prospective people that want to have a kid, they should not be allowed unless they put it up on Twitter and do a Twitter poll. You got to get a certain amount of votes to have a kid. I think that is the best possible situation because we all know the couple is on the opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe you have like a 4-time Olympic gold track women's sprinter, and the guy is like a NASA engineer, but also is freaking jacked in the strongman competitions. People like that, please have 10 kids. Please. Make the world a better place. A couple like that, you throw that up to Twitter, you're going to get 10,000 likes and upvotes immediately, which makes society better. That does create the situation though where it's like 2 people just really want to have a kid and they just like spend all their money trying to like do a Twitter campaign just to get enough votes. I wonder what would be an acceptable. It's like, maybe we could do this. All of your friends on social media, first of all, you should probably try to have more than like 20. But if you get 50, maybe not 51%, like 70%, 69% passing out of all the people that vote, and you're allowed to have your kid. I think that's fair. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. But I think I'm restructuring society like Kanye in a better way. Now on to Tales from the Road. Everyone's favorite subject and topic. This one was pretty interessante as always. Like I said, it's been raining cats and dogs, mostly dogs. It's just funny when the lack of drainage in Fresno is just appalling to me. And no one really cares except for people like me that have to suffer. Constantly stepping out of the Prius when I'm delivering, stepping in puddles down up to my waist. There's a handful of homes that are just surrounded in a pond. So even if I wanted to, like, I would have to swim to the person to give them their delivery. So I end up having to like pull up in the car and still be in the car and like have to like have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Rain, sleet, or snow, I will deliver your cannabis in a professional manner. With that being said, Tales from the Road, you never know what you're going to see. I was in the West Side again, and It's one thing when homeless people have their shopping cart full of all their worldly possessions, which is mostly like trash. But it's another thing when they're like in the lane, like not even the bike lane, they're in one of the driving lanes. I think I was like at Ashland and Brawley or something, and there's two homeless guys. One had a cart, one was walking next to him. The guy had a straight up fire going in his cart, and he was just walking like no one's business. And it's like, damn, that guy outsmarted the system. Freaking portable heater. Don't even have to pay for fuel. I'm gonna start doing that. I've also learned talking to people that there is a difference between being high and being stoned, which I thought was interesting. Majority of people I talk to are usually probably stoned, and it kind of makes it hard for them to count money sometimes. I did see something that kind of disturbed me. The coronavirus is really getting to a lot of people. Addiction is skyrocketing, homeless and mental illness is skyrocketing. And suicide is actually starting to skyrocket too, unfortunately. And I actually witnessed something of that sort. Luckily it wasn't a human, but it was some kind of turkey vulture or barn owl. I was driving on 99, and when you get kind of close to, what is it, like, I think Shields area, there's some big trees on the side of the 99, like big ass trees. And this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. This fucking turkey vulture just straight up goes from the tree, beeline to a semi-truck, hits it, feathers fly everywhere, and the body just kind of floats back to the tree. And it all happens bang bang within like 5 seconds. And I'm thinking, this turkey vulture just wants to end it. It's used to circling around, locating a carcass with its buddies, drinking the blood like a vampire, and just having a merry time like he's at the pub with his boys. You think he can do that now? Think he can just swoop down on a freaking rabbit carcass and just shoot the shit about the AFC Divisional Championship game? No, he can't. And do you think lawmakers care about that? Absolutely not. So what's wrong with America? The semi-truck driver didn't even stop to see if it was okay. Probably didn't even notice. Thoughts going on to that turkey vulture. But speaking of semis, I did see another thing that was pretty interesting. You know when you see like student drivers, they kind of have like the weird cars and the decals. And I saw one that was driving a regular car. First of all, the cars were like 85 miles an hour, so I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I've never been in a situation like that where I'm student driving and then all of a sudden the guy's like, "Hey, punch it. Let's see how much this thing tops out at." I wish mine was like that, but it wasn't. So I see a couple of these once in a while, but I've never seen a student driver for a semi before. And I saw one the other day. It was driving on the highway and had all the decals and shit. Same as a regular car, but it was a semi. I thought, oh, I never really thought about that before. Someone's got to train the driver how to hit the meth height. That's always a treat if you're driving. Look up in those big half camper, half trucks, the big semis, and sometimes I'll see some extracurricular activities. Those dudes get fucking amped up, smelling salts, heroin, speed, crack, you name it, they're on it, and they're teaching the other drivers in the student driving truck. Now that the coronavirus restrictions have been lifted, hopefully we get back some kind of live show situation. I would love to get back to that, but who knows at this point. California's unbanned. We're going to take this week to see if we can go back out and go to our favorite spots. But until next week, stay safe out there and watch out for turkey vulture suicides. Peace.